16th week of the season is upon us, and it's the PBR's 16th stop in Rocktown as we send a huge hello to the WWE Universe. Maybe we can convince The Rock to join us at one of these shindigs. Let's zoom in on the world standings. Take note of two names. Sage all the way up to second after his win. Andrew Alvidrez up to sixth. Okay, the third name of note, of course, is our world number one Brady Fielder, who continues to come through with clutch rides to keep him on top. Greetings, gang, once again alongside the one and only 2016 PBR World Champion Cooper Davis. I am Craig Hummer. Coop, I know you're going to delve into some particulars in a moment, but first, give me your overall impression of last week and the guys riding.
Man, it was a great event. The guys rode a lot of bulls, made some really good bull rides, and really stepped it up in that championship round. Andrew Alvidrez being the one that stood out the most.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned him. No one was better last weekend. No one has been better all year.
Yeah, 94 points on Manhater right here, Bucking Bull of the Year, and Andrew Alvidrez had an answer for every single move that Manhater threw at him, and man, it's sweet revenge whenever you get on one and they bucked you out before and you can shout out like that.
The past two championship rounds he has been in, he has bested Gene Owens' best. And speaking of best, I know you're going to, with your Coops Scoops, going to give us how each of the top five can get into that world title race.
Yeah, we're going to go over some of these guys in the top five and really what they have to do to secure the world championship at the end of the year.
Well, let's start with last week's winner, Sage Kimzey. He is now number 2 in the world.
Yeah, Sage Kimzey, man, he's really showed up in these championship rounds. And, you know, being a 7-time PRCA world champion, he really has to rely on that experience. Also, though, being the oldest guy in the top 5, he's really going to have to worry about, you know, staying healthy throughout this year and continuing that success in his in the championship rounds.
Age is sometimes a factor, but don't tell that to Matt West, the third member of our team. He's a spring chicken.
Yeah, guys, we're not going to talk about ages right now. What we are going to talk about, as much as everybody loves Sage Kimzey, I want to talk about Alexis and Steele. How's the family at home? I know we're on baby watch.
Yeah, they're doing great. We should be welcoming the new addition in here pretty soon. But everybody's doing good and cheering me on here.
Baby watch continues. More importantly, in this very moment, it is a watch for a gold buckle, and you're chasing that world title. How much has this affected you? How much stress has been on you? You've just been plugging away, but it feels like you're finally comfortable.
Yeah, honestly, it's been great because, you know, when life gets really hectic, it makes it way more important to prioritize everything and take care of what needs to be done. And, you know, at the end of the day, the family's good, and I'm out here riding bulls to provide for them.
You said it last week, bull riding's fun. How much fun are you really having right now?
It's been a really fun season. You know, through all the hard times, the good times are that much sweeter, so it's been good.
Good luck tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
Well, for a guy that has to wrestle cars week in and week out, Coop, and has an expected mother at home, he doesn't seem stressed at all.
No, that's one thing that Sage does really, really well, and that's manage stress and handle the high-pressure situations.
Our round one here in Little Rock starts with Gene Pajeda. This is his, well, I guess it's his debut event this season, not his debut event ever. He debuted last year, and they've switched the order up on me. I apologize. Bob Mitchell, first out of the chute, the 22 Rookie of the Year, going up against Rock and Roll.
Yeah, Bob really hadn't had the season he's wanted to have this year. You know, he's a guy that's full of talent, just hasn't been able to put the rides together. Got the lowest riding percentage he's had throughout his whole career, but, you know, it all starts with one, and he could turn it around right here on Rock and Roll. Should be into his hand.
Yeah, that one good one he had this season so far in Sacramento. Oh, Coop, it looked like he was going to get the one that he needed, but instead contact too early. It's an official review because it's within 15 100ths of a second.
Yeah, and you know, you see Bob, you never have to worry about him putting out the effort. He's putting it out right here until literally his head hits the ground, and, you know, just a little bit over anxious to get this bull rode right here. Might pay for it if he comes down with that free hand a little early.
Is that kind of characteristic of a lot of his buck-offs this season, kind of just that over effort?
Yeah, I think it's guys, you know, that have been here before and they're anxious to get a score back on the board and anxious to be back on tour. He's just overriding these bulls just a touch, wanting it too bad, but you see his free hand right here. It might be right there after the 8-second whistle, though.
Yeah. Justin Maples, our replay judge this weekend. He's been in that position before this season, a couple different times.
And what they're going to look for is if this free hand comes down before the 8-second whistle. Yeah, that's...
You have to figure he'll go to a different camera. We've got cameras all over Simmons Bank Arena every weekend. Great work by our camera crew. And there it is, thumbs down. That is going to stay a 0.
Yeah, that one's going to sting right there because that's one that Bob Mitchell would have rode 10 out of 10 times in the practice pen. Just got a little over anxious right here.
That crowd you heard voicing their displeasure.
Yeah,
and now a little bit louder.
They're letting them have it.
Court McFadden early on in this round, Ridgeback is the bull he's going to try to ride.
Yeah, this is a nice bull. You know, we talked about how good Court McFadden has been throughout this season. You know, gotten a bull ridden at just about every event that we've been to. And, you know, his consistency and his maturity is really shown this year.
No, Coop, you are right. Except for one event, he has had a qualified ride. Ridgeway stayed pretty flat, and that clock stopped, I think, about a 10th or 2 seconds after the touch that I think the judge saw, Coop. I mean, it's going to be hard for him to argue this one, don't you think?
Well, we got rerod flags on the ground
go.
right here, and that's what I was going to say. Even if they do go back and look at this, and he does come down with that free hand, should be an option for a reride.
Yeah, good news for McFadden fans.
Yeah, and this what we're getting a reride for is this bull's going to go down in his front end right there, and that's why he was awarded the reride.
Took a bit of a shot at the end, but all's well that ends well, it seems, as McFadden.
That's when it pays to be young. You can just bounce right back and go get on your reride bull, and all is well.
Yeah, only 21 years of age, being told that Magic Hunter will be the bull that he will have as his reride.
Yeah, that could be really good right there.
So that's going to bring up Leonardo Castro. During team season, competed for the New York Mavericks. You can still see, based on the helmet, the vest, and the colors on that squad. Has been there for the Monster Energy Team Challenges. Tonight, facing Mike Honcho.
Yeah, or Cal Naughton Jr. if you're a Talladega Nights fan. Mike Honcho. Leonardo